start, you need 2 fabrics, one for your outer shell, one for your lining, jean buttons, a brim, a bias tape making kit, your pattern, a sweatband, and a sewing machine. We're doing this all on a Singer heavy duty. Alright, so once you get your pattern, cut it out and tape the bottom side panel together. Start by laying your front and back side panels on the fold. Trace around and cut them out, and be sure to mark the tops of both of these. This will help when you're starting to sew it together. Links to all the supplies and pattern will be available in the description below. Then take your top panel, place it on a fold, trace and cut, and then also mark the top and bottom of this panel. Now take your bottom side panel, place it on the fold, trace and cut. So in the end, you should end up with 2 front panels, 2 back panels, 2 top panels, and 1 side panel. And as you can see, the extras are to make the lining. I definitely recommend using a less weighted fabric for the lining. So we're going to start by assembling the lining first. Place the right sides together and do a 1/4 inch seam. Make sure you line them up properly so that way the tops are lined up with the tops and the bottoms are lined up with the bottoms. And then go ahead and stitch both of the shorter edges. Now we're going to be adding the top onto the front and back panels. Use chalk to mark the center of your front panel and also the front of your top panel. Line those up and stitch all the way around in a circle with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. There you have it, your lining is done and you can set that off to the side for now. Now do the same process for the outer shell. Place right sides together and do a 1/4 inch seam allowance. We're going to show you 2 different options for adding on your bias tape, and these are just 2 different bias tape folders. The one on the right is just one you can get at any hobby store, and the one on the left is available at capsupplyco.com. We are going to be using the one on the left just because it's a little bit easier for us to use and we've been using it for a while. But honestly, they both do the same thing, so use whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever one you're using, line it up with your presser foot and then just tape it right on your machine. You definitely are going to want to make sure this is secure so that way nothing's moving around when you're sewing on that bias tape. And now we're going to be showing you how to set up your twin needle, and this is super simple. Just install like a normal needle, set your machine to zigzag with 0 width, and thread 2 spools of thread the same exact way. Now all you have to do is cut your bias tape to the measurement of the folder and you're ready to start sewing. Next, you're going to want to add bias tape and top stitching to each one of these seams, and all you have to do is place that seam in the middle of that twin stitch needle and stitch all the way through. Just like the lining, mark the fronts, place the right sides together, and sew all the way around in a circle. Then go ahead and trim the remaining fabric. And now we're going to be adding the top stitching and bias tape, and just go all the way around in a circle, and make sure you cut out enough bias tape to make it that full circle. So now we're going to be adding the lining inside of the outer shell, and just place the wrong sides together and stitch around in a full circle. We actually lost the footage for this. It somehow just didn't record or something. I don't know what happened. But as you can see, just stitch all the way around right on the edge, about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Super easy. Now we're going to take the bottom side panel, place the right sides together, and do a 1/4 inch seam. And then once you get that sewn, go ahead and do a top stitch, but do a top stitch with just a single needle. Next, we'll be adding the side panel to the crown. Just place the right sides together and sew all the way around in a circle, right on that edge. Do about a 1/4 inch seam allowance again. Moving on to the brim, and we got this off of capsupplyco.com, and it looks really nice on flat caps, especially with this pattern. So pretty much all you're doing is making a sleeve for that brim, so trace around whatever brim you're using. Now take it and do a straight stitch exactly on the line you just traced. Now take your scissors and cut about a 1/4 inch from that seam. Now go ahead and flip it right sides out and slide your brim into place. Once you have your brim in position and nice and tight, go ahead and take a zipper foot or any narrow presser foot and sew along the inside of the brim. As you sew, kind of pull the outside of your fabric away from your brim so that way it's nice and tight. Trim about a 1/2 inch away from the inside of the brim. This will allow room to attach your brim to the crown. Now to finalize the brim, you're going to want to go ahead and add a brim stitch. We did ours about a 1/4 inch away from the outside of the brim. Now go ahead and mark the center of your crown and the center of your brim, and line these up and get ready to sew. And again, we start at the center and work towards the outside because this really helps keep that brim centered. And then when you get to the end, go ahead and flip it around and do the same thing for the other half. Now we're going to be attaching the sweatband. This step we made our own attachment, and we made this out of heavier stock paper. All you have to do is make a little sleeve that your sweatband fits in there nice and snug, and then go ahead and tape that onto your sewing machine. It serves as a guide so that way the sweatband doesn't slide all around while you're sewing it onto the crown. And we are using professional sweatbands from capsupplyco.com. These are millinery grade and very awesome for making caps. To have your sweatband guide into position, go ahead and roll over the edge and then just start sewing straight all the way around. And it is really that simple. You get a nice top stitch on the outside and the sweatband will be nice and attached on the inside. Now to seal off the back sweatband, just roll over one side of the sweatband and do a top stitch all the way across. This next step is totally optional. It just helps with a little bit tighter of a fit. So what you do is take your piece of elastic and stitch one side on the side seam, stretch it across that back seam, and then stitch the other side. And the more you stretch, the tighter it will get back there and add for a better fit. I do recommend doing this step before you put your sweatband on, but it is totally up to you. And then just like in the previous step, go ahead, put your sweatband back on, and then finish it off at the back. Next up, we're going to be adding the cord across the front, and this is super easy. All you have to do is mark holes on how big your cord is, and then just simply put in your jean buttons, and then attach that cord onto those jean buttons. And there you have it, your Greek fisherman hat is done. And definitely this one's going to take a few attempts It's a harder one to do. Don't give up after the first try. But other than that, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.